You ever cringe at an aggressive sales tactic? Me too. Let's talk about a simpler way. Collaborative closing, where you and your prospect are actually on the same side. Confrontational sales are always going to fail. It's like it's you versus the client or the prospect, as opposed to you alongside with the client, creating alliance and alignment. This creates an us versus them dynamic as opposed to a me versus you dynamic. And now prospects don't feel pressured. That leads to buyer's remorse or no sale at all. You ever get a chargeback? That usually comes when you confront and introduce conflict into the close. High pressure closes often breed resentment, not relationships. A different approach is one that's more collaborative, one that's more in alignment, where you and the prospect create a strategic alliance versus the actual problem. You do this by asking open-ended questions, reflecting their pain, and showing that you both want a solution. When you unite with the client against the problem, it's no longer you versus them, it's you plus them versus the enemy. See, this is about empathy and building a solution together, not forcing them to say yes. Collaborative closing is much more elegant, much more sophisticated, and much more successful. To do this, you have to listen 80% of the time and only talk 20. Use reflection. So I hear what you're saying is X, Y, and Z. Restate the client's words and then gently pivot to, let's solve this together. That changes everything. And then closing becomes the natural next step because they trust that you're with them and not pushing them or forcing them. When you try to force a circle into a square, you're enemies. You're diametrically opposed as opposed to an alignment. So the next time you're on a sales call, open with, hey, let's team up and beat this challenge. That immediately sets a collaborative tone. When the client or prospect feels like you're with them, you become a partner. This is just one piece of closing like a leader. Join me at the $1 Billion Brand event and I'll walk you through the entire 7-step consultative closing process that skyrockets conversions. Reserve your free seat or grab a VIP ticket at thebillionDollarBrand.com. I'll see you guys on the inside.